So, you know what people generally miss out on the top 6 healthy habits?
What are those?
What are those?
Should have had that sound of those shoes. What are those?
All right, we're going to get it on the next one, right? We're talking about optimizing your sleep, okay, your routine and your rituals. Your routine and your rituals.
Not
right?
like religious rituals.
No.
Everything
Normal,
you do
yeah,
should
that's
be
it. Your nutrition, your hydration, exercise, movement, self-development, and meditation. Now, these are all really cool, important things that I find most people don't optimize on.
I think like these are the holy grail of habits that you should optimize. And like if you got all these sorted, you will have a lot more opportunities to grow and
Exactly.
do what you want to do and become what you want to be. So the
And
first,
a lot of people are, I find, talking, when they listen to all this, they're going to talk about sleep. We're going to talk about all these things. They're like, what does sleep has to do with it? Like all these sort of things contribute to you being a mass machine monster.
I'm actually guilty of the sleep one, so I'm gonna let Jeremy speak about that. That's something I'm still working on.
So am I. Right now, to give you let me paint a real quick picture first. Okay, do you remember going back 3 months ago how terrible my sleep was?
Yeah.
And I was dysfunctional when I was talking to you. I was literally saying words back to front.
I was thinking like I'm speaking to a rock.
Literally,
Yes.
not the rock, a rock. My brain was scattered. I had anxiety. I was stressed like a champion, which also comes into the picture, but is also caused by bad sleep. So I paint that picture because if you don't have optimal sleep, if you don't have great quality, high quality sleep, you will have low quality performance. So I look at it in every sense of the manner, okay? So we want to make sure that you optimize your sleep, meaning your quality, not your duration, not how long you sleep for.
Yeah, otherwise people will sleep for 12 hours.
18 hours later, right? Hashtag SpongeBob, right? We don't want to plug in. We don't want to look at increasing your duration as much as we want to play with your quality. Now,
And optimizing that time which you're sleeping.
exactly right. Now, some people may, be able to get away with 6 hours and feel absolutely fantastic. This guy. Me, however, my body is not liking that so far. All the things that I've been doing so far, and I'm still looking for it. I haven't stopped. I'm still chasing it. Okay. I work best with just over 7.5 hours, right?
That's the optimum, like 7 to 8 hours is the average for you to sleep.
And that's the average person, correct?
Yeah.
So I guess now we just have to find out how can we maximize these things. By the way, if you are finding you need over 7.5, 8 hours, over that, it means, means we have a couple of things wrong. Either it's bad nutrition, okay, either you're overly stressed, okay, there may be some inflammation in the body, you may be eating poor food, your body doesn't get high quality. So we want to make sure.
That also depends on like, for normal people, if you want to sleep more, then these things might contribute to it. But if you're someone who's an athlete, then definitely they'll be sleeping more. Like Roger Federer sleeps like 10 hours.
Yeah.
So if you're doing more exercising, more exerting your body, then you might need more recovery because
that's right.
Sleep is the recovery time. And most people are not using the physical exertion that much than mental exertion. For 100%. Mental, 7 to 8 hours is the optimum where you get your REM sleep, your deep sleep, and then it's like you're going to bed and then you're recording everything you did.
That's right.
And the whole recording goes off.
Nice, I like that.
Sometimes actually, when I'm falling asleep, I can feel my eyes going like twitching.
Yeah.
So I think of it like it's recording, rewinding back, and
I like it.
Remembering what
it's almost like one of the old school camera things.
Yeah.
Thanks for pointing it out because yes, of course, if you are putting in the hard yards and training like an absolute champion, hardcore, intense exercise, yes, you will need more sleep. Okay, they're all dependent. But how can we maximize on this sleep? A couple of different habits. Very first thing is, we need to understand that your body has a turn off button, okay, which we need to be activated. That sounds like a funny Terminator. Activate the turn off button, right? We need to press the turn off button before bed, and we need to activate the on button when we wake up.
Yeah.
Now, if these don't work properly, you don't get good sleep. All that happens. So, first thing we can do is make sure, when you go to bed, don't do anything that may possibly turn the activate button on. Okay, we want everything that turns you off. So in other words, don't eat 3 hours before bedtime because your digestive system is working and you're not turning off.
Yeah.
Okay, don't play on your mobile phone for the last hour and in bed because you're literally sending all the signals to your brain to be active to work, and the light off your phones, okay, off your TV screens.
Blue lights.
Blue light, that's what they call it, right? And blue light.
It is blue.
Right? When your brain receives it, it sees daytime. Daytime doesn't mean go to sleep, and so your body stays awake. You may fall asleep,
Yeah.
but your quality of sleep is not going to be good.
I like to think of it like as your body's a factory, and then if you're doing something before going to sleep, the people at the factory are still working, and then you're going to sleep, they're still employed on these going.
Factory is still awake.
Yes, factory's still up, and they're going off one by one. By the time they all go home, you're at 3 a.m. And
That's
from
right.
3 a.m. to like 5, you might get the proper sleep.
I
only
like
2 hours of
that.
sleep.
Very good.
And
So the boss is gone,
Boss-
but the workers are still there. The factory is still working,
and
right?
it's working uselessly, like it's not productive work.
Because the boss isn't there watching over him. I like that. That was really, really good. Solid. So that is a great way to look at it. Now, anything that is going to activate your brain, keep you going. Okay. So the other thing is then we want to make sure that when you go to bed, you have proper block out blinds. All right.
Very important.
And go ahead and pay $100, $200, $300 if you have to get the right stuff. Make your room as dark as possible.
And those eye patches don't work because your skin, from the books, Sean Stevenson, you told me that your skin still has receptors for light. So even if you have blocking your eyes
Yeah.
with those big patches,
Your
it still
skin.
won't work because your body
Correct.
can still accept the lights and you
Yeah.
won't get the quality sleep. So you need actual dark room to sleep.
We can go that deep, but here's another quick tip. Look up blue light blocking glasses, okay? So the last hour before bed, we cut off all electrical devices, go read a book, listen to a podcast. Do not stimulate your brain, okay? Reading is good. It does stimulate your brain in a way, but it also actually has a benefit to it. So now when you wake up, next thing is go ahead, see some sun, okay? You want to wait, make sure you activate yourself on. Do 5 minutes of intense circuit exercises, whether that's squats, jumps, burpees, airboxing, something, get you going. All right, so I
Yeah.
think that's enough in terms of optimizing your sleep, right? So tell me a little bit about routines and rituals.
Well, routines and rituals they help you do other habits properly too. Like routines and ritual, like if you're going to bed at the same time, you're waking up at the same time. And if you are training at the same time, if you're taking this train and then during this train you're doing this, learning this stuff, it becomes a routine and ritual, and you delegate the time for that, designate the time for that activity. So it does two things for us. Like, first of all, you become more accountable. You're thinking like, oh shit, it's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
I was supposed to work out by now. Why I'm not working out?
It's a schedule.
It's a schedule. My schedule. If I'm off it, then you will be more inclined to follow it. So if you have it all routine set, rather than thinking that I will do this stuff,
Yep.
make it a routine, put it in the structure so that you can follow it more, and then it makes it more probable
I like that.
you will go ahead and do these things. And these can be anything, even like a night routine where you go and pick up a book. That can be a routine. You can, after you finish work, just before going to bed, you can read some books which are, you don't want that information maybe, but that information is
Yeah.
like a light subconscious, like Think and Grow Big and all these kind of books which actually adds to your whole conscious level. But you're not gonna read this to do an essay tomorrow, but this is imprinting in you.
It's a bit about what the self-development,
Yeah.
which we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
So you put these habits and routines into your whole ritual, and when you're not doing that, you will feel like, oh, something's wrong.
That's right.
And
So I
then
think
you do
everything literally that we're going to talk about, all the other top 5, because
Yeah.
this is the 6, fit into this one,
Fit
right?
into this one. Yeah, this is the one that binds everything. This will bind your sleep. This will bind your workout, hydration, your meditation. This will bind your self-development. So this is the one that will categorize everything. This is
Nice.
the highway, and then this is the side how you're gonna maneuver the whole day.
I love it. And we're actually going to make a full topic on routine and rituals, because this is literally talking about habits day in and day out,
Yeah.
right? So this is really important. So now we're talking about, your nutrition and your
hydration.
hydration. First thing is,
Tell us about that car analogy. I like that way you say about the car.
yeah. And I was actually just writing this morning. I was writing a blog. I started doing daily blogs now. You know that, right?
That's very good.
So I was writing this blog and I was talking about looking at your body as a Ferrari. And I remember listening to this maybe going back 4 years ago. I was listening to, a podcast back then. This is when I was in the beginning, starting everything. And he was saying that you want to treat your body like a Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
And so let's put this analogy to use, man. If you had a hot red beaming Ferrari, you just won the lottery ticket, you just got a brand new Ferrari, you would not put shit fuel inside of it. Why? Because you know that you're not going to be able to get the performance out of it that you want. But if you do give it high quality fuel, your performance is through the roof, right?
Yeah.
Then on top of that is you now need to give it enough. You know you're not going to go ahead and thrash the thing. You should, right? You're not going to thrash the thing if you are low and the empty light is flashing on your fuel system. So we want to think about that as your body, right? So if you are not giving your body high performance fuel, don't expect to have any signs of high performance. You'll feel crappy, you'll feel bloated, you'll feel foggy minded, you will not feel energetic, not motivated, you won't feel strong.
All your motors are gonna work like in dysfunctional manner. Yeah, all the work you do, you won't do any optimal work.
You'll be crap.
You feel like crap, you talk like crap.
Exactly. And that's where it all fits into. So this is sleep and nutrition. They all fit together, but you can't miss these pieces, right?
Yeah.
So the exact opposite of what I've said in terms of how you feel will become good when you do cut out those preservatives. You cut out the junk food, cut out the excessive amount of sugar.
Oh, sugar.
Oh, shoot.
The fun fact about...
Damn, son.
Fun fact about sugar is, like, I've seen it myself. If I'm not eating it, I don't want it.
No, that's
the moment
right.
I touch it, I'm like, oh, I'll have some more. And then it's hard to just cut off, but when you're off it, it's very easy to stay off it.
I'd love to go into a massive tangent on that, but we won't. But yes, 110%. So look, the simplest way I've put this is, and I feel the same, by the way, when you start cutting off these foods, guys, you no longer crave them. But, you know, this most simple thing I always tell people is, have a look at the ingredients label on your food packages, okay? First of all, if it's in a package, more than likely, it's not good. Now, if it's got more than 5 to 7 ingredients and you feel like you have to be a scientist to understand...
Like, it's a small packet with 50 ingredients. There must be something wrong with it.
All right. I'm sorry. Sorry, 7-Eleven, forgive me, but they have the biggest ingredient labels I've probably seen in my life.
Yeah. I wonder how they put all that stuff in a sandwich.
I swear to you, man, if you want to get a sandwich... It's like, it looks like the ingredients in a chemical lab that they're getting ready to, you know, create the new outstanding...
You can do it like an experiment. Think of, guess the ingredients of a sandwich and you'll guess like a bread, lettuce, tomato and all that stuff and then start reading it and then you'll find out like, whoa, it's completely different than what I thought it was.
Legitimately, go and pick one up, 7-Eleven salad. Go and pick up a salad, read the ingredients and say... There should be 7 ingredients in here, but there's 85. 50. All right, literally 50. So, yeah, go ahead and first of all, how can we remove all that? Anything in a packet, out, okay? Yes, salad you can pass off, but there are other reasons. I won't go too deep into that. So we want to look at shopping in the fresh aisles, okay?
Yeah.
Fresh vegetables, fresh meats from the deli, real food, nothing frozen, nothing in a packet. I don't care if it's light and easy, okay? If it's the frozen foods, maybe if you're getting it from them fresh, I haven't read those labels, okay? But I'm talking about anything in a freezer or frozen. And the next thing we want to look at is your hydration. Even being, get this, 2%, okay, dehydrated is enough to affect your mental clarity, your performance, and everything around. Now, this is coming down to exercise, everything. Hydration is going to fuel the body. Something really to scare you is if you don't have enough liquid in your body, hydration from your water, your body starts to recycle your piss.
And your blood circulation is not optimal. How your all organs work is they want blood to work, yeah? And if your circulation is not proper, how are you going to expect your brain to work? How are you going to expect when you're running your heart to catch up to that pace?
People have high blood pressure and they think, why? Drink some water, man. Like it's as simple as that. So go ahead and aim. Yes, everyone says the whole 2 liters. Just, you know what, make an aim for yourself.
It's not too much, 2 liters.
It's not, but go ahead. Look, I say it like this to people. Buy a 2-liter large jug. Fill it up. By the end of the day, I don't care when, just aim to finish it. But not in the last 3 hours before bed so that you wake up and having to piss. All right, so I think that's enough on there. So talking about exercise.
Exercise is like some people just take it on some people say they don't have time to exercise and it's only for people who want to look good and big and all that stuff. But it's actually, if you're thinking like that, you're really not doing justice to the whole paradigm of exercise and how it affects you overall, your physiology and your mentality, your physique and your performance. It affects everything. As you said, the Ferrari thing, first of all, we're all born with like a shit car, so you can turn it into a Ferrari.
You can turn it into a Ferrari.
Yeah, you can turn it into a Ferrari, or you can either just have it like a go-kart, like what do you call the push carts?
Yeah.
Have like those, which are useless.
Mine was worse than that, so I know.
Yeah, so you can choose what you want to do. And even if you don't want to be in an optimum like physical performance level, even if you want to do your day-to-day tasks, exercises are so important to employ all of your muscles and all of your memory into it, your blood flow, blood circulation. You feel good when you finish exercise. First of all, you release endorphins, which are the feel good hormones. It helps you lower your anxiety.
And actually, alleviates depression.
Yeah, alleviates depression. It helps you lower your anxiety levels, and then you're less stressed after the workout. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be a gym junkie. If you're talking about exercise, you're not talking about like making like six-pack abs. You're talking about even like running is an exercise. Yoga is an exercise. Even if you
go on morning walk for 30 minutes
a
in the
brisk
morning.
walk is an exercise. These are part of making your body feel alive. You're not just going through life. Your body is capable of doing things and make it do things.
And the big important thing is just, look, don't even underestimate it. It's not for weight loss. It's not for anything else other than your health. You know, movement helps your detoxification, helps your body remove all the rubbish, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I think, you know, that makes simple sense, right? Morning walks, do some yoga, do some exercise, get 30 minutes of movement, get 10, 15 minutes of a circuit in the morning. Do something. Go on YouTube, type it in, done. Next I want to look at is, you know, we want to talk about self-development, right? Yeah. And I think that one can be very, very broad, but let's cut this short because, look, aim to grow every day. If you are not growing every single day, if I don't make an improvement today, more so, and learn more or know more than I did yesterday, something's wrong. So just simply making a habit of saying, today I'm going to listen to one podcast, which I do every single day. Done it for 2 years, 3 years straight, I think. There's probably been one day I haven't, and it's because I'm flat out busy. Even in the background, I play it. Reading 10, 20 minutes of a book. Okay, doing 5 minutes of research onto learning about a health topic, and that's enough. But make sure that every day, put in the practice, set a time and say, do I put 20 minutes today? Do I put half an hour today? Do I put an hour? And make that an every single day habit. And that all comes down into your morning rituals and your routine.
I think, and that adds a lot. Like, you think 20 minutes won't shape you or change you, but like in 2 years of time, that 20 minutes you've devoted, first of all, you'll be devoting more as you find your interest on things. You'll start putting more time and you'll be more interested in self-development. But even if you just stick on 20 minutes, you have a lot of commitments and you can only do 20 minutes, you still, after 2 years, realize like how far you've come and how much you know about that subject.
I think
you can leverage on that subject, even on monetary basis. Even you can help other people, help your family. Like, if you listen to a marketing YouTube video 20 minutes a day, in 2 years of time you'll know enough to tell even your cousins.
Okay, let's say you did 20 minutes. Let's say you did 20 minutes a day times 7, right? So I'm going to have to get my math brain here at work, right? So you got just under 2 hours, yeah? So times that by 52 weeks. Let's say it's 2 times 52 weeks. Yeah. You've got 100 hours.
Yeah, over 100 hours, yeah.
Over, just because those people go, right? Over 100 hours of one topic or whatever it is you've learnt on. And so even if you did just 20 minutes, if you did 1 hour a day, you for 1 year, you will have 350 hours of experience in whatever area you like.
I remember actually one of my friends, I said to him 3 years back, he wanted to go in this industry and he was not very confident about him doing work in this industry, and we have a business in that industry in India. And then I told him, like, bro, if you start watching a video for even like 2 minutes a day, every day, even if I don't care how lazy or how busy you are, you do 2 minutes a day, by the end of this year, you'll know enough about this subject that you'll be more employable to get you started to do some things on it.
Seriously, as simple as that, isn't it?
But yeah,
People don't do it because they think it's so simple.
Yeah.
But that's the power of it. It doesn't have
that's
to be hard.
compounding interest. Like you learn faster too. That 20
Done.
minutes, first time it'll be smaller, you learn lesser, and then in
100%.
next 20 minutes you're gonna learn faster and you speed it up.
Bang, bang,
Bang,
bang.
bang, bang. Next is meditation. This is something that I'm trying to still do myself, which I heard from a lot of people is very important, and which I didn't thought it was a problem with me, but it is to find stillness, and I'm working on it to find stillness, and because we are all stimulated by everything, social media, we're stimulated by work. I have my own freelance work, I have my own job, I have a business, so I have so many things in my head, so I can't find stillness. But in the day, I'll be wasting 15 minutes sometimes on replying to someone or scrolling. You end up scrolling. Even if you want to delete these things, you have to keep them for your business and other work.
No, that's right.
So 15 minutes is something you can find, but that putting your mind on a stillness will give you more clarity about
that's right.
the whole day, where it's gonna go. If it's like your windshield, your body's the driver, you're the bus, it's your windshield, and it's all foggy. And those 15 minutes you can actually wipe and see, okay, there's crap on the left, and on the right there's a clean street. I'm gonna go on the right.
That's right.
If you don't clean it, you're gonna hit the crap and keep going.
It's just puddled. You're literally, it's just a very good example. I like that because look, meditation, you said the word beginning, it's stillness. Now, from meditation comes so many different things. Let me clarify. No, it is not religious. You don't have to cross your legs. You don't have to start playing a flute and a snake, wobbling up. But it is incredible to help you with. It can help you with improving sleep, your health, your anxiety, your ability to make decisions on the spot.
Yep.
And it's so important. So I think, in terms of this, there are steps to make sure that you help yourself with all of these habits, right? So let's start off, okay? There are 6 steps that we look at, and I think that it's quite important to understand the simplicity of it. So the first thing is you want to make a habit tracker, okay? So have a look at all these top 6 habits that we just spoke about, right? Your sleep, your morning rituals, your routine, which actually is going to become a part of this, okay? Your hydration, your nutrition, your meditation, self-development, exercise. Okay, so you want to make your habit tracker. So now you've got it there, you've got it written down, you know what you need to work on. Then what we want to do is under each category, write down where you are at the moment, score yourself 1 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, how good are you in each of these areas? 1 out of 10, 1 being not, 10 being very. Now, then what we want to do is start looking and saying, okay, where am I not good? Let's say I'm not good in self-development. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding something to help me get good in that development. This week, I'm going to add 1 podcast every day for 20 minutes while I'm driving to work. Bang, schedule it. What time am I going to schedule it in? Every morning I drive to work at 8:30 a.m. Perfect, and that's it. Okay, and then you start maybe removing things that are actually hurting.
Yeah, and I think after when you do these things, to be accountable, you can, if you have someone in your friend circle, or even if you find someone that you follow on Instagram who does all these things, message them and say, you want to be my accountability mate or accountability manager. I do it for...
I like that.
I've been doing it for my...
You just messaged someone right before the podcast.
Just before the podcast. And then you share with them that, okay, you're my accountability manager, I'm accountable to you. And so it gives you more in the back of your head, like, okay, if I don't do it, I need to tell this person I didn't do it. I need to give a valid reason, because I didn't feel like it is not a valid reason. I didn't have time is not a valid reason, because you can schedule it. That's one of the things that we're talking about, scheduling.
Exactly.
So you make that accountability manager. If you don't find it, use that goddamn social media to advantage, and then put it on this, like training at 7 p.m. and then you make sure you're gonna put a video of that on there. So after that, when you put the accountability thing, the next you should do is also on your phone, put the reminder on the Google Calendar. You can add things like 4 times a week, remind me to train at 5 p.m. And then your calendar will be synced, and it'll remind you that, okay, 5 p.m. is done. It'll message you 10 minutes before you need to train. Get that done. Yep. So accountability manager, and then you schedule, put a reminder, and then you look back. It takes 21 days to build a habit. And after 21 days, you'll be far off where you started. So you will most likely to have that habit which you can keep going. So you look back and
Just
evaluate.
to clarify on that, after 21 days, it's not bulletproof. After 21 days, it becomes easier to make a habit.
Yeah, a lot easier. Yeah, some people it can become a lifestyle too. If you just stick to it.
But
21
majority of
days-
people just understand like, hey, that's the beginning.
All right, that's the beginning. Don't miss 21 days. If you're just starting
Correct.
just if you miss 21 days, just say yourself, if I'm gonna miss it, I'm a goddamn.
Had to
loser.
throw it in there, otherwise someone's gonna say it didn't happen. It didn't happen. They lied. 21 days is a start, all right?
Yeah.
So let's wrap it up,
Let's
okay?
wrap this bad boy up.
So we make your habit tracker, okay?
Yeah.
Put all your 6 in there. Then we're going to, make sure we write under each category, number yourself 1 to 10. Then we're going to add something to help you in either of those categories that you're lacking. So don't do more than 1 or 2 categories per week.
Yeah.
Okay, otherwise you're going to do too much. Then you want to actually start looking at having an accountability manager, a person, a friend, post on social media, say you're going to do something.
Yeah.
Then we're going to set our reminders, okay, on Google, on our to do. We're going to do it on your phone. Just make a reminder, schedule. This is when I do it. And then we want to make sure we keep looking back. Okay. Every 21 days, every month, make it the first of every month to make it even easier. How have I been going? Reevaluate, adjust, and keep moving.
And you can be proud when you look back. All right, this month I learned this. I didn't knew that before. Or this month my arms look bigger. Or whatever it is.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. But
all right, let's wrap this up.
guys,
See you guys next time. And you guys can check the habit tracker down below. We'll put something down below so you guys can have a look and have a rough PDF.
Awesome.
See you guys next week.
Love it. See you guys. Ciao.